Doug Flutie with NBC Sports, former NFL quarterback, of course, Heisman Trophy winner. Doug, what did you see first half, second half with Peyton Manning last night?
I think what you're talking about, the comfort level of getting into not just empty sets, but he loves when it's 2x2 or 3x1. Line up, see the defense. I know where I'm going with the ball. I'll get us in the right play.
Now, what do you mean 2x2?
Two receivers to each side of the field, which is balanced, or three. You don't want to be motion. He doesn't like a lot of motion and shifting. He wants to line up on offense, see what the defense is doing, check his protection, know his route, and get the ball out. And it was a whole different game when he started doing that. When you're trying to establish the running game, when you're running the football, now all of a sudden you're throwing in passing situations. And he's got to go up the field with the ball because maybe it's a third and long or long yardage situation. He's getting hit. It did appear to me that his arm strength is not what it used to be for sure. But when he got into his rhythm, ran the things he knows like the back of his hand, the ball was out on time, and it was Peyton Manning.
Okay, what passes did you see where you could tell that arm strength's not what it should be?
It looks like a big effort for him to throw the ball up the field. The rotation on the ball is just he's not spinning it. That last touchdown he threw, he spun it.
Yeah.
But he had a chance there to hitch up, step into the throw, and turn it loose. There were some outside routes that just he's throwing the ball with timing to get it there on time rather than turning it loose. And that's just comes with age. It doesn't mean you still can't get it done in complete passes. He proved that. I mean, he threw 3 touchdown passes last night, and from the second quarter on, it was Peyton Manning.
What are defenses going to do to the Broncos?
Well, it becomes if he stays with that kind of offense, they want to try to get hits on Peyton and beat him as this season goes. It's a long season. They'll come after him a little bit, get some shots on him. He'll get his share of getting the ball out and making some plays. But that pounding over the course of a year, I think, he may need to take a week off here or there if he's getting hit a lot throughout the year.
If you look at Peyton Manning's career, it seems like with every milestone, we tend to look at it with a negative eye, right? Because it's 70,000 yards, Doug, but then we always come back to the bottom line. Yeah, but he's not good in the playoffs. He's got 1 Super Bowl.
I don't go for that. I don't go for that.
Okay, but you being a quarterback, whose career would you want? If I said you could have Peyton's or Drew Brees?
Well, I draw a better parallel with myself towards Drew. But the things that Drew's thrown for a zillion yards in his early. I'll go with Drew for now.
Okay, but you want Tom Brady over Peyton Manning.
I want Tom Brady because he's got the ring.
Okay, so but that's that's where we start, or that's where we end. Is how many Super Bowl rings? Is it fair to say that Peyton can have all of these numbers, but he will never be the greatest quarterback in the game because he has 1 Super Bowl?
I don't know that it's defined by the Super Bowl itself. I've always been a Tom Brady guy. I think he and Peyton have been paralleled throughout the years, and I've always kind of favored Tom for just bias reasons. I don't know. I played with Tom for a year, and I know him much better. But that's all in judgment. I don't know that just because you're saying he's not the greatest quarterback ever, it's not a slight.
Well, but every time he puts up another number, then it always comes back to, yeah, that's nice. And I liken it to Greg Maddux, who it might be, one of the great regular season pitchers of all time. He just wasn't good in the postseason.
My biggest take from a negative standpoint, he looks like he's in pain out there right now.
Well, he might be.
The looks on his face, the way he's getting hit. Things worked out towards the end, and he smiled a little bit, but he's not smiling as much. He's looking. It's a grind, and I'd love to have half the career Peyton Manning has had. So don't get me wrong. It just looks like it's a lot of work right now for Peyton.
He's Doug Flutie, NBC Sports, Notre Dame and Georgia Tech. You got a new quarterback there. Introduce us to Deshaun Kaiser here.
Deshaun Kaiser is a big, strong-arm kid that can turn it loose. He was recruited towards this system because he is still mobile and can run. But you're looking at a guy that's going to make his first start and his first real playing time, and the guy behind him hasn't gotten on the field, so you don't want him running with the football. He came in at the end of the Virginia game. His eyes were a little all over the place as far as reads, but he delivered 2 or 3 big throws in the last drive of the game, threw a slant and go for a touchdown to win the game with 12 seconds left. So he's got some moxie about him. Everything's new to him. You probably got to cut back a little bit, but he's got a big arm and he's got a great supporting cast. And the strong part of Notre Dame has been their offensive line and their running game, so he's got that to lean on.
Georgia Tech and Notre Dame Saturday at 3:30 Eastern on NBC. What other games do you like this weekend?
What was I looking at? Well, tonight, Boston College FSU is big for me. And Everett Golson being from Notre Dame and bouncing over to Florida State's big. LSU, Auburn, obviously. Auburn, are they the team we thought they were in the beginning of the year? I don't know. I think LSU has definitely been more impressive.
You got BYU and UCLA. You got Stanford. You got USC. So a couple of sneaky good games.
Stanford and Auburn. I mean, 2 teams that we really thought preseason were going to be top 20, top 15 anyway, and have struggled early. So those marquee games are a big question mark of how those teams play.
Can you tell, though, you got a freshman at UCLA. I mean, a true freshman, Josh Rosen. Can you put it into words about what it must be like to be a freshman playing college football at that position?
I came in as a true freshman, and I was just happy to be running scout team and messing around. Hey, I'm hanging out. I got in uniform during the game, and all of a sudden it was week 4 of the season, and they threw me in against Penn State, 85,000 people. And I was shocked that they had trusted me to put me on the field. First of all, we're getting beat 38-0. And I walked out on the field thinking, this is the last time I'm ever going to play. I'm going to go out, show that I can't play here, get the crap kicked out of me, and it's all over. And it's like, you're talking about kids that are 18 years old walking out on the field, been in camp for 3 or 4 weeks in college, and all of a sudden you're turning over the reins to them. And, the kids today seem a lot more confident than I ever was at that age. They walk out and just take control.
Did you ever get yelled at like McElwain did, Florida coach with Fred Taylor's son?
Well, you say get yelled at right away. I think to Chicago Bear days with Mike Ditka, right? There was a Monday night game. I'd been in Chicago for a week. I had 10 plays on a wristband, and that was about it. And I got lit up on the sideline there. But as a collegiate, Tom Coughlin was my offensive coordinator, and I had a day I was playing very well at that point in my career, but playing West Virginia, I was having one of those days where I wasn't seeing anything, and he lit me up pretty good, but it wasn't face-to-face. It was over the phone on the sideline, and I had never been yelled at. I mean, never. So that was an awakening.
But you get to the NFL. Is it different to be yelled at as a college kid or as Ditka yelling at you as a professional?
As a college kid, though, you expect, I don't know, it's something about you expect to be yelled at a little bit. I don't know how to explain that, in that you're young. You think when you're in college, you think the coaches know absolutely everything, and you're doing what you. As you get on in your professional career, it's more give and take. You're not. It's very surprising when you're at the professional level and a coach lights you up. It kind of catches you off guard.
Plus, you can't hide either.
Oh, not now. You can't say anything. You can't have a conversation on the sideline with anyone. There's microphones, cameras everywhere. If you want to, it's like in Major League Baseball, they got to go up the tunnel to talk to each other.
By the way, you have almost 1,000 more rushing yards than Peyton Manning does.
Well, that's all I ever wanted.
You got 1,600, and he's got 600. So you owned him. He's only got 55,000 more passing yards than you had.
Well, you gotta count my CFL.
Oh, that's
yards
right.
in
You
there.
guys, McLevin, you didn't count Doug's CFL numbers.
I'm almost 60,000 if you count my CFL yards.
Yeah.
God knows if you start counting rushing yards from up there.
And how many championships? How many Grey Cups did you?
There were 3 Grey Cups.
Yes.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
All right. And I include college with a Heisman Trophy. Come on.
Now we're talking.
You might have had a better. Yeah, Paulie.
Is there a professional flag league I can go join right now and get a few more yards?
Is your arm stronger than Peyton's right now?
My arm is as strong as it's ever been, but for whatever reason, my arm still feels great. Now I got other parts that aren't working, like a knee and a calf and a back, no, you know what? Yeah, if I walked out there today and threw, I bet you it would be. But by about 2 hits later, I'm sitting over on the bench and I can't move. So it's I'm 52 years old. My arm feels great because I haven't been hit in 10 years.
Okay, I got you at 41,000 CFL passing yards. And then I add 14,000 from the NFL.
I thought it was up near 48,000, but that's all right.
Oh, Paulie.
We're checking.
Are you shortchanging Doug Flutie?
I'm on the phone with Canada right now.
Hey, it's the story of my life, right?
Have fun this weekend, Doug. Good to catch up with you again.
Appreciate it. You take care, Doug.
All right, that's Doug Flutie. It'll be Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, Saturday at 3:30 Eastern on NBC.